Hi, everyone, and welcome to my podcast where I'm your host, Ella Devar, the global health advocate and a longevity dietitian, cooking with high performers and goddesses. I'm so excited to introduce you, my longtime friend and such an inspiration and role model to so many, Liliana, also known as Wild Lily Organics. Please introduce yourself to our viewers and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you for having me. First of all, it's an absolute pleasure and honor to be here. My name is Liliana Quintero, and I am the founder of Wild Lily Organics, which is an organic, sustainable personal care brand. And I started it really like 2007-ish when I began my esthetician journey.
You're an esthetician.
Yes, I became an esthetician in 2007. And at the same time, immediately I fell in love with the holistic world of skincare. And so that's where my journey really began, because I was trying all these creams and all these serums and all these things, and I was battling with severe acne, and it wasn't helping. It actually made it worse. And I said, okay, you know what? Let me find something more like organic, gentle, sensitive. And it was very difficult to find at the time. So I started making my own cocktails and my own creams.
That's like 15 years ago.
Yeah. And this was like very new at the time. And so this is where it all began, this love for beauty and for self-care. And I realized that beauty is so much deeper.
Yeah.
It's so much deeper. It's about like nervous system regulation. It's about blood flow, lymph flow. It's about stress management. It's about self-love, self-care, and connecting with our feminine energy and all these things. Yeah.
And speaking about women empowerment, that's what you exude a lot on your social media, and that's how I fell in love with you first. I got to know you, like Instagram brought us together originally, but then we met in Miami over a women's circle as well. But speaking of women empowerment, that's what I actually get from you. Our sponsors today is who I want to mention, the WellWater company. This is 100% female-found company of supplements that are designed to support your circadian rhythm. This is a company based in South Florida, and what's so unique about these formulas that it's 3 formulas designed to support your energy levels throughout the day. So you begin with a Rise formula for breakfast that contains natural caffeine, it contains nootropics, it contains adaptogens, antioxidant that helps you to burst out of your bed. And I love using this before the gym on the days when I need extra support. Sometimes, I'm also very lazy to get to the gym. And this one is lemon hibiscus. What's more exciting is the second formula that helps to prevent afternoon energy slumps. And this one's got matcha and melon flavor, and it's got NAD that's scientifically proven to support longevity and your genes. And also it's got CoQ10 and other essential minerals and vitamins. What's revolutionary about these formulas, what I was just telling Liliana before we start recording, is that this company was designed and founded by a doctor who worked for 40 years with patients, and his daughters decided to continue his legacy. And these are the 2 sisters who are behind the brand. And what's so revolutionary about it is that it tastes good. So it's basically a supplement. Let's actually taste it I think we need energy support today. So there's 2 ways of trying it.
Okay, I want to try the lemon hibiscus.
That's the morning formula called Arise, and I'm going to try the Achieve formula.
So I was reading that this is equivalent to 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
And mine is equivalent to 2 cups of matcha, and I love the flavor. The green formula is so delicious.
It's so easy to open.
It's easy to open, and what's awesome is that it's basically that's everything you need for the entire day, because it's got vitamins, nutrients, antioxidants, and nootropics. And it's so easy to drink it, so you don't have to swallow those capsules. I have a lot of clients in my private practice that hate swallowing capsules, and they forget about it. So this one is basically you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're staying hydrated and you're staying nourished. 2 ways to do this. You could pour it in your water bottle and shake it up the way I do it, or the way Lily just did it with the frother. Both ways works. Let's taste it. Cheers.
Cheers, my love.
To energy.
To energy.
And glow.
And longevity.
Wow. Yum. Taste this one. This one's my favorite.
Wow. That's like a tea. Like an iced tea or like a lemon tea.
Right? Oh my God, that tastes like an iced tea. Yeah,
Yeah,
yours is
yeah.
hibiscus lemon, and it's basically, it's got the entire vitamin B groups, zinc, magnesium, potassium, L-carnitine,
Wow.
CoQ10.
That's really good.
Right? Oh my God.
Wow.
And your
It's
favorite...
like so refreshing, but it's like a cucumber matcha, like
Right?
tea, like very.
I love
soothing.
using this one after the gym in the afternoon after my lunch to stay productive with my emails and creative product. And the last formula that I quickly want to go over called Reflect. This one is essential for deep restorative sleep, and it's got ashwagandha and what else?
What else does it have? It has lavender and chamomile. I was just reading the ingredients, and it's really great for stress management as well. So even if you're not necessarily someone who needs something to sleep, but just something to help you relax your nervous system and get you in a more regulated state, this is really great. So if you're, let's say, experiencing anxiety or anything like that, that's for like elevating your heart rate, you want something that's really, really be calming and soothing, this is really, really great for nervous system support. So ashwagandha is great.
So I started using this, they call it a reset and routine formula. They recommend that for at least 21 days to experience the entire, the full benefit. So I started using it as of April 1st. Today's April 8th. We're recording it. So I have been using this for a week, and I'm going to give you some to go for you to try. All right, let's begin with your recipe. What are we cooking today?
Okay, so as you know, I've been on this skincare journey for a very, very long time. And, I was the only one in my family who was experiencing acne. I was like the black sheep.
And you have a sister as well.
And I have a sister.
And I do too.
And she has perfect skin. And she eats whatever she wants and does whatever.
I'm the perfect one in my family.
And here I am, I'm like, why am I experiencing this? So I really went on this deep dive and search as to like, how do I really promote healthy, glowing skin? And as I went on this search, I found out there's multiple things. It's like going to the gym or work out, right? It's not just going to be what you do at the gym. It's what you eat. It's how much you sleep.
Yeah, the abs are built in the kitchen.
The supplements.
That's what they say.
I mean, there's so many factors as to having a very healthy body, and you know this, right? So it's the same with the skin. It's not just one thing, right? It's like blood circulation, it's lymph, it's stress, it's nutrition, it's
Gut
sleep.
health. Gut microbiome.
Gut health. I mean, there's so many things. And so with your help and other friends that are also amazing nutritionists who have supported me and guided me through different things to help me.
So we did a stool test, the gut microbiome analysis for Lily, and uncovered a root cause of some things.
Right.
And you've been, diving deep into that, uncovering certain topics, including parasites, yeast, candida, and overall reestablishing your whole relationship with your gut, which is the root cause of so many things. But most importantly, this is where our intuition and women power lies. And connecting with that is so empowering for so many.
Oh yeah, it's been a journey, like a whole journey. When we did that comprehensive stool test, it was a whole journey. Like for me, it was like a spiritual journey, having to go through like, getting the stool and putting it on these little test tubes and putting it on the tray and picking out and scooping things out. I really became more mindful of what I was putting inside my body.
Yes.
Like really mindful. And I think that process is so important with anyone who is going through a gut healing
Like
journey.
imagine us, people in the wellness industry, right? We're so mindful to begin with, but there's so many people who never think what food does to them. They just like focus on what it tastes like in their mouth, and then they forget about it. Like even when they see it in the toilet bowl, most of us don't look at it, and they just like think it just like passes through.
So it was. So it was such a journey to really get to know my body in that way. And I really have to thank you because, if I wouldn't have come to that understanding, that awareness of that I was having so many imbalances, inflammation, parasite infection, I think I would have kept running like a headless chicken, just running around trying to fix so many things. I was experiencing chronic fatigue. I was experiencing brain fog, forgetfulness. I mean, I was taking 3-4 naps a day at one point with this parasite infection.
Wow.
And it's taken me now, it's been a year journey of really cleansing from it. And that's something that, I really like that you mentioned, like this is a long time journey. This is not a quick fix and anything when it comes
what's
to
the best part about this long-term journey is that I told you that you are now the vessel. Now you're able to share with other people your journey. How do you think I became a gut health expert? Because I've had so many gut health issues. I had parasites at some point in my life. I had dysbiosis. I was bloated. I've experienced all of it. And that's what made me who I am today, and able to talk about it openly and empower others to do that. And that's what I feel like my clients, I always tell them, like, it's not about you. There's a reason why you got this, silver lining, like or gift like in the sky is, that you're now, I want to at some point talk about the community that you're building and the things that you share with women. But before we get there, let's get cooking. So this gut skin optimizing smoothie that I tasted at your house, I call it the Green Goddess smoothie. So tell us what's in it.
Yes, so this has ginger.
Anti-inflammatory, helps to get rid of parasites and bad pathogenic bacteria.
This has celery.
The best. It's the best. Celery has these fibers that helps to optimize gut microbiome. And what I love about this recipe, it's not a juice.
No.
Because what juice does, it removes all of the beneficial fiber that serves as a prebiotic, a fuel for probiotics. So instead, we're blending it today using this powerful blender Vitamixer that's going to liquefy it, but all the fiber will still be there. And smoothies are much more satiating. It's like a meal. So from what I'm seeing here, I call this type of smoothie, it's like a liquid salad?
Yes.
All right.
Cucumber. And cucumber, would you say it's great for what specifically?
Just overall, cucumber and celery, they're high in fiber, antioxidants, because they're green. So it's a lot of sulforaphane and antioxidants and fiber that helps us to our liver to detoxify. Because our liver takes a lot of hit because it's like a filter. It filters everything, all the toxic ingredients that we consume from junk food or processed food or alcohol, which we all do when we're teenagers at least, right? Or even like it's filters everything that's in the air, everything we breathe in, all the toxins that we put in our skin sometimes, all those toxic ingredients in the skincare. So that's what accumulates in the liver. And there's two types of detoxification processes in the liver, and your liver loves the green vegetables, green leafy cruciferous vegetables, but any of them basically.
And also the liver holds the emotion of anger. So it's really great to support the liver when dealing with healing your gut and healing your skin. So it's really amazing that you're mentioning that. And then it also has spinach.
Spinach and lemon.
And then lemon. Yes.
That's
so
it?
Spinach and lemon, and that's it. And so what would you say the spinach and lemon?
Same thing, cruciferous vegetables. It's high in iron, high in vitamins B's, and even some people say protein, but it's very little. But mostly it's fiber and antioxidants that helps to improve your gut microbiome and your liver to detoxify. All right, let's get cooking. I'll begin with 2 handfuls of spinach because we're making for 2 or 3. There's a lot of us in this room. You guys don't know, but there's a whole team here making this magic happen. So we're chopping up some celery.
And I love doing this like every morning. I do this on an empty stomach. I drink water. And then I have this as my breakfast. This is like the first thing I put into my body.
This is like a medicine. And so usually people in America associate smoothies with, berries and fruits, bananas and strawberries, a lot of fruits. And I always told my clients that you could have smoothies and they get excited. I was like, well, you got to add vegetables in it. So yours is very, very veggie forward. So there's basically no fruit here, which is another great thing about this. This is close to 0 calories because we're not adding any fats in here. We're not adding any carbohydrates or fruits, but we could, if you want this smoothie to be palatable or enjoyable by your kids, you might add maybe like an apple or kiwi or half of a banana, and that's going to give it a little bit of sweetness, but we're grown adults, goddesses here. We're going to enjoy this without the fruits.
No, I did tell my teenage daughter, my 14-year-old teenage daughter, she's like, Mom, I'm breaking out. Like, what do I do? And I have told her about this juice. And I also have told her about like stress management. And it's so important, especially for teenagers, because they deal with so much stress and peer pressure, and especially with social media.
What about the seeds?
Yeah, so I removed the seeds, right?
I mean, yes.
Yes, I do.
They're not gonna taste good even when you blend them.
Yeah, no, I don't add the seeds in there. But you did tell me to add the skin.
Yes.
So tell me about that.
So the skin is basically all the fibers. So I just peel off the yellow, but I leave all the white stuff. That's basically fiber, and the more the merrier, you know. So,
beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that. I love eating the skin. Yeah. So then, actually, this supplement that you have here, the one that is for Reflect, I think it's actually great for teenagers to help them with stress management, with school and study, to help them focus. I think there's also one for focus, right?
Yeah, both of them are for energy and for focus. The NAD formula with CoQ10, that's for preventing energy afternoon slumps. Yeah.
Amazing. But yeah.
I love that about you, that not only you're a business, she's my role model. There's a reason why she's in this podcast, you guys. Not only that she's a goddess to begin with, she's also a business owner. She's a role model for so many, but most importantly, what I love about her, she's a mother of another goddess. And that's what's something that, not a lot of people see on your Instagram, right? But I truly think that's the most inspiring thing about you, that not only that you exude so much, gorgeousness and lightness and beauty and calmness, but you're also a mother. And a lot of mothers these days are struggling on getting their kids eating healthier.
Yes.
So I love that you brought up Joanna, her name is, and you say she enjoys this smoothie?
So she adds fruits to it.
Ta-da! That's what I said earlier.
Yeah, she adds. Do you add the skin of the ginger in there?
A little bit. Just peel it off. Yeah, as long as it's organic, so it doesn't have any pesticides.
Oh, okay.
I use a peeler, and I'm not afraid, sometimes to just leave a little bit of skin, just like that. Yeah.
Do you add more ginger, or would you say that's enough?
Depends. Some people can't, because ginger is from a spice section, so it could be like for some people who have digestive system that is sensitive, it could be a little bit aggressive on their stomachs.
Okay.
So I like to add a little bit, so it's there, and the key here is to do it on a regular basis, so you don't have it like once a year.
I'm using my hands, but my hands are clean. I just wash them.
Your hands are clean
to pick up the seed.
Yes, that's the problem with these things. You have to get messy. Not afraid of it.
And I'm not afraid of it, and it's so great. It's actually a very somatic practice to get with using your hands.
All right, so I'm gonna get some water.
I'm gonna wash my hands.
Yes. So here's some water for us to start blending. I'm not sure. I feel like we need more water. So mango would go well here as well. What else would you? What's your Joanna using?
Well, I recommend Joanna whatever she's into right now. So right now she loves mangoes.
They're in season in Florida.
Yeah. So she definitely loves to add mangoes. I tell her to add maybe frozen strawberries to make it more cold and more refreshing, especially if you're in the summer,
Berries.
like in the summer.
I love recommending berries for skin glow.
Yeah, so berries, so frozen berries, mango, everything frozen, and it's like a nice real.
There's really no wrong ingredients in this smoothie, but the key is such that you base these smoothies off of vegetables,
And I also like to add coconut water as my base sometimes.
Yeah, that would add some sweetness. Yeah.
Yes. And add some
but
sweetness
we
to
don't
it.
have any coconut water today. All right, we're starting to blend. You're awesome.
Yeah.
And so are we. All right, let's taste it. Here you go.
Thank you.
Here's your cup. So I fell in love with Vitamix around like 12 years ago. I was on a date with this guy, and he made this smoothie for me. We were at his house, and I fell in love because you literally could put anything in Vitamix, or you could put beets in there, and it turns it into, it's almost like a vegetable juice, right?
So beautiful.
Sweetheart, this is incredible. Let's toast to health, to beauty, to glowing skin, and to friendship.
To friendship, to sisterhood.
And to all of you guys who's watching. Wow. It's spicy from ginger.
Right.
It's lemony. It's like it's got this like citrusy.
Yes.
I love the fact that we added some, the peel, the skin.
Gives it more zest, for sure. More flavor, more boldness. It's like it kind of
like I think the last time I tasted at your house was very like a salady, almost like a liquid salad. This one is not a salad tasting. This one's tasting like health.
Yes, like help.
All right, sweetie, now it's your turn, and I want to hear more a little bit about your journey.
Yeah.
So not a lot of people know you that well for a reason. You know, it's been a journey for you to become who you are, but Wild Lily Organic is an incredible brand. There's so much behind it. You know, you're such an inspiration to so many, and most of my people who watch me, they're health entrepreneurs. You know, they want to get into this industry and to really, you know, see how they can build a brand, right? How they can become someone or do what you do, you know? Right. So, and it's really a journey, and I really want to hear what it's been like for you and how you became the Wild Lily Organic.
Well, it's a long story, but if I want to really date it back, it started in my home with my mother.
Where was the home?
Well, I was born in Colombia, Barranquilla, and then I came to this country when I was 8. So I was raised by an immigrant mother, single mother of 2 girls, struggling, always stressed, you know, always trying to push, always trying to do it all, be this strong, independent woman. But she also taught me the feminine, the softness at the same time. She also taught me self-care. She was my first influencer in a way.
Wow, kind of like what you are to Joanna right now.
Yes, she was my first influencer. And so she would do these face massages, walking around the house, these facial exercises at the time. You know, it wasn't called face yoga. It was called just facial exercises, and massaging herself all the time and making all these creams and body butters and coffee scrubs at home and hair masks and face masks. And so she taught me how to do my own manicure, my own pedicure, my own, like everything at home. So I grew up with that essence of self-care and self-love in that way. And so that's where it really began, of me wanting to share these things with people, wanting to share, you know, home natural remedies, wanting to share like beauty secrets, beauty tips that a lot of women in the more Western culture are not exposed to as much, at least not when I was growing up. But at the same time, like, you know, I was like, I had this deep desire to want to help women because I didn't love myself for a long time. And for a long time, I had a lot of self-hate. There's a lot of,
we all could relate.
Yeah, a lot of self-hate. I did not see myself as beautiful. People would tell me growing up, you should be a model, you should be a model. And I would be like, but they're crazy, they're on crack. Like, what do they see? Because I don't see that beauty. And so I really was like on this deep search for a long time, unconsciously, right? But on a deeper level, wanting to learn how to be beautiful.
So what were some of the steps you were taking towards feeling beautiful?
So one of the first steps that really got me to that level of understanding beauty when I went to modeling school in John Casablanca when I was 14.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I started, you know, the modeling school. They taught us how to pause, how to walk, how to like exercise, take care of yourself.
And also the profile.
I was 14. I got my first pair of high heels.
Yeah. How to run on the runway. How to everything. How to pose, how to sit, how to walk, how to be feminine, really. And it was really transformational for me. And I was like, I want to help other girls at my time, you know, how to be this way, how to find confidence, how to find beauty from within. Yeah. And so anyway, so I went on this deep search, and as I came across like all these holistic alternatives and meditation and breath work and all these things, I was like fascinated by it. But I was still struggling with acne. And I was still struggling with my skin. And so I went in on an even deeper search to find out like the root cause of my skin imbalances. You know, being an esthetician then, you know, for 16 plus years, and throughout that journey, I learned so much, and immediately I was drawn into the holistic world. But, you know, I kept searching deeper and deeper, and then I came across like facial gua sha and facial reflexology. And that's where my world really shifted. It was like a complete shift in my life.
Fast forward that, what made you so unique in the social media space and what gave you popularity, right? Yeah. You now have over 250,000 of followers, almost 300,000 of people that are watching your journey, and it's gua sha that made you so, you know, relatable, that people wanted to learn, to lean in, right? So tell me more about the gua sha journey and how you made it popular. It's actually true. During pandemic, I saw Lily doing that, you know, and then somehow, you know, a couple of years later, I met her in person. I was like, you look familiar. And it's also your presence, you know, you have a big presence of your feminine. So tell me about the gua sha journey.
Yeah, so then I came across, like, I wanted to become an acupuncturist. And I was really, really drawn to support the women in the treatment rooms on a deeper level. I'm like, okay, the
Like facial acupuncture or full body?
Full body, but mostly probably facial. But I just wanted to help women because I'm like, the creams are not doing it. It's deeper. There's deeper roots causes to these skin imbalances. And so I came across facial gua sha and facial reflexology because at the time I was a single mom. I am a single mom, working 2 jobs, and it was just not possible for me to do acupuncture school and work 2 jobs. And the cost and the timing, the school, the one that I wanted to go to, it wasn't possible. But when you're on this search, the soul search, your soul's purpose, things will come into your existence, right? And
alignment.
Alignment. And so I was in alignment, and I felt very called when I saw facial gua sha. I was like immediately called. I was like, I'm already a believer, big believer of holistic medicine. I've been practicing traditional Chinese medicine on myself and my daughter. It's actually how I healed my daughter from asthma. It's through Chinese medicine, through herbs, essential oils, aromatherapy. And then when I came across facial gua sha, like I was like, okay, if it can do this for my body, imagine what it can do for my face, right? Because it's all about promoting qi flow, vital energy flow, lymphatic, blood circulation. Like that's what it's about. It's like really treating the root causes of the skin. And I was fascinated, and at the time I had like no money for this.
Let's show people what gua sha is. Can we show one of the gua sha tools?
Yeah.
Some people maybe don't know.
Yeah. So let me show you actually this. So I have a few.
So gua sha is a tool that you use to stimulate lymphatic drainage of your face. And Lily makes her own. I've seen them made of jade, made of stone, made of metals, made of crystals, right? What do they use?
Yeah, there's so many kinds. Hold on, let me bring all these things here so you.
She and her brand is all about bringing gua sha to the people, and she actually came into my office once. At the office what I used to have, and she gifted me one. Since that, I've been using it because it's so refreshing. It's cold. I love using it in the morning. But tell me more and my listeners about that.
Yeah. So that what I learned about gua sha and what it taught me, like, anyway, I took that leap of faith. I took the course, and it changed my life. It was like I really trusted that this is where my path, where I was meant to go. And then I came across facial reflexology and all these things. So facial gua sha, it's a tool. It's a facial rejuvenating modality. So it's not just gua sha. Like gua sha in traditional Chinese medicine is usually used on the body to scrape the skin.
In America, it's popular for face only.
Now it is.
Yeah.
More now.
Yeah.
Before it was more known for the body and to release stagnant blood. And so there will be this like rigorous like rubbing of the skin, and it'll turn like purple and blue, like hickeys, like really bruising and removing the stagnation of blood, right? Now,
what's it supposed to do?
On the what that's supposed to help with?
It's healing.
Yeah, it's supposed to be healing because as you're releasing the stagnation of blood, like Chinese medicine is all about qi flow, blood flow. If you have a healthy flowing of blood circulation of qi flow, everything is functioning in homeostasis. So that's their thing. It's like blood flow or blood is rich. And oxygen is rich in vitamins. Like it's just very rich and healthy and healing. So we want to keep it flowing. So that's what it helps.
What did your first gua sha look like?
So this is like really the first one that I started. Well, one of the first ones I started.
No, the original one. When you like first picked up your first.
Oh,
one.
my first one. I still have it at home.
You do?
Yeah.
I broke so many because I used to buy made of like jade. Every time they fall, they just crash.
Yeah, no, it was made of jade, and I bought it on Amazon. It was like $10 or something, or $20. I had no idea what I was looking for. I was like, I remember freaking out and having like a panic attack. I'm like, which gua sha do I buy? There's so many.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
The jade, and to do the jade, the rose quartz, and this and that. And it really doesn't matter. What matters more is like technique and intention. So you can have you can use any tool. But this is actually one of the first ones that I started to sell, and it's made of stainless steel.
Stainless steel.
So the first one actually that I started to really use was made of dark green nephrite, which is a more sterile, more strong, more durable stone. So it doesn't break as easily. The ones that you see on Amazon, they're actually really cheap, and they're actually mixed with other synthetic materials, and they're not actually the best, and they're not as sustainable.
Okay.
So I don't recommend to just go blindly unless you know a brand, and you're basically purchasing somebody's business, when you're also purchasing like what you believe in and your values. You're supporting that, right?
Yeah.
So the stainless steel I love. I went more towards the metals because they're more sustainable.
Yeah.
They don't break as easily.
Yeah. It's forever.
And it's forever.
Unless you lose it.
Unless you lose it. But the mirror, this one I call the mirror gua sha, and it has a mirror-like reflection. It's made of medical grade stainless steel.
Okay.
You can see that. And it has that mirror-like. And I like that it has a mirror because when you're doing facial reflexology, which I'll talk about now, it's like you want to be able to look at something to really pay attention to where you're pointing and where you're noticing any discoloration, any redness, because that's where your body's communicating with you and letting you know where there's an imbalance internally.
Oh my God, I'm getting a whole education here on gua sha.
So gua sha is really great. I mean, there's different ways of doing gua sha. You can do it with oil and you can do it without oil. So if you're working with the muscles and tissues and lymph, then you might want to use a little bit of an oil. And you always want to start off with the
What's the best oil for face?
Oh, there's so many. I mean, I love golden jojoba, like organic golden jojoba, because it's the closest and most natural oil to your natural sebum.
I've used jojoba oil, not golden, like maybe regular.
Golden, it just has a longer shelf life. It doesn't go as rancid as quickly.
Okay.
It's very, very, again, it's like very rich in antioxidant and the closest to your natural sebum. And it's actually not even oil, it's in wax ester. So it's really penetrating to the skin and it doesn't clog the pores.
Yeah, that's the best. How do you feel about all this new ones? Like, what is it called? Sequis, something. Anyway.
Oh, there's so many great oils out there. There's squalene, which is really, really great.
Yes.
I love squalene for sensitive skin, reactive skin, oily skin. It's really, really great. But if you have oily skin, you may want to just use minimal amount of oil. You don't want to use too much.
Yeah.
And maybe you even want to remove the oil.
Okay.
And then I can show you how to use these. But yeah, so then there's the facial reflexology tool.
Sacred smoke.
There's sacred smoke. There's so many tools. And this is, so the thing is like this became more of a ritual for me. It became more of a sacred, like ceremonial self-care practice because I would
go deeper, go within, and really get intentional. That's what I've been struggling with. Like I have not experienced the power of intention. Like I'm cooking, I'm just cooking. Like it's just like my mind cooks, you know, like I know all the functional ingredients. But then when I see these goddesses, like, this is for my wealth, this is for my, I don't know, high vibration, this is for my abundance. And I'm like, what is she doing? Like, how is that? How is that going to impact? But then I think through chocolate too, I think you sell cacao as well. Like all these ceremonies, you just sit there and like before you sip the cacao, you have to like really think, I was like, God, just give me this cacao. Right, so I never really connected with the power of intention until one day I was invited to be on the news channel. It was my first time. I cried before I went in and I was like, okay, I got this. I'm going to power through this. I got this. Like, who cares? My accent, all these things. And I remember walking into the news channel and I thought to myself in my head, I'm not here to power through this one segment. I'm here to make all these producers fall in love with me so they keep inviting me back. And guess what happened? Wow. They invited me back for like 35 more segments, you know? And since then I was like, wait, I am a witch. I could do this. I could really make things happen. So that's the intention. Like, even today, you know, you took a moment to use one of your products, this Sacred Smoke, to set an intention for this podcast to be the most beneficial for you guys who's watching. And I encourage you to leave comments below, whether you have questions for Lily, or you want to connect, or you have any other ideas for me to cover any other topics going forward, and get intentional with that. And
I want to show you like the Sacred Smoke, how to really just use it because it's very simple. It's basically loose. It's loose incense. That's all it is.
First of all, before the smoke, what is this little cup? It's so beautiful.
So it's just,
yeah,
it's just a seashell. I mean, you can use an oyster shell.
Like you sell those?
No, I don't sell them. But you can use anything that's heat safe. I like to use this oyster shell because it reminds me of Aphrodite, the goddess. And she's all about the goddess
Talk to me about goddess.
The goddess of love and beauty. Yes. And so anything that reminds you of beauty, you want to bring into your beauty. So I created these beauty altars at home where my vanity or my bathroom sink looks literally like an altar. Wow. Like I have crystals, I have incense. It's very intentional. So when I go there, it's a remembrance of like treating myself with love, treating myself with honor, treating myself with respect and love. And it's really, that's why you create these spaces where you have a kitchen, because it reminds you, okay, I need to cook, I need to sit down, I need to relax. Yeah. You go to the bathroom, you look at yourself in the mirror. Are you looking at yourself in the mirror with intention and love?
Oh my God, that speaks right into my heart because I'm someone, I don't know guys if you could relate, I buy a lot of products and very often I can end up like not using them or saving them because they're so expensive or hoping. And I'm like, what do you buy this for? And then until the expiration date gets closer, I'm like, oh my God, I need to be using this. And I was like, yeah, you're not really intentional with these products.
No. So it's like really bringing that intentionality, that beauty, that feminine essence. You know, I was functioning a lot in this like more masculine energy where it was like go, 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 do, produce, bum, 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 you know, goals, you know, structure, this and that. And it's like, I didn't, for a long time, business and
revenue that you need
all of that, like Instagram, algorithm, this, reach, goal. But it was too much. And it was like, you know, really what I think what helped me to really grow and blossom into this is my rituals, is what has sustained me from like crashing to the floor. It's like really being intentional and having these sacred beauty rituals in my life has saved my life, to be honest with you. It helps also with regulating the nervous system. And I want to really talk about that because that's what this wand helps with. Facial reflexology. It's an ancient Vietnamese and Chinese medicine. It's a combination of both. So it's a combination of helping you to not only regulate your nervous system, but also improving your chi flow, blood flow. Because when we remove stagnation from our face, emotional blockages that we hold, that stay stuck in our face.
I think in the jaw.
Especially in the jaw for women, especially because the jaw and womb are intimately connected. So any tension that you have in your jaw, you're gonna have in your pelvic floor muscles. So just even by working your jaw, you can release tension in your pelvic floor muscles. So you use this on the jaw? So you can use this. There's like points on the face, like I'll show you here, where you can work on to release tension on your jaw. Like there's this point right here, right next to the ear where it starts. And you don't want to use pressure. This is not acupressure. It's facial reflexology. So it's not a pressing. It's more of a gliding and gently and slowly, really slow. The slower, the better. And that's another thing. We're so used to rushing.
This is so soothing.
And also include breath work, you know, like breathe as you do this. Don't rush through it. Be present. Be in the here and now.
It's so hard not to
And then behind the ear, there's another point right here. And then this whole area where your masseter muscle is. So this is your jaw. This is what we use to talk. This is what we use to chew. So we use a lot. And women talk more than men. They say that women can write like 7 books a day or something like that.
Okay.
That's how much we speak. So we really need to show these muscles some love. And another thing you can use is the gua sha to release jaw tension as well. And I'll show you how to do that actually with this new tool that I just designed. It's called the Alchemist.
The Alchemist.
Yeah.
Ooh,
so it's to remind you.
Energies entering our field.
Yeah. So it's like masculine and feminine because you need both to really alchemize.
Yeah.
You know, and so So this is you need both. So this is a tool. So it has different edges. It has like these little ripples, and this is great for releasing tension or working with the lymph. Everything has intention behind this. I designed it.
Aww,
so it's
I'm
like
so proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, so it's like made to like contour every angle of your face seamlessly and effortlessly. Because the thing is, like a lot of these other gua sha tools, unless you really know the technique, you know, it's not going to be as beneficial, right? So you notice this and this. So this is not going to cup the orbital bone as seamlessly. This is a little bit more flat versus this is more curved. Where's orbital bone? So it's right here, your orbital bone around your eyes, like underneath, like for under eye circles. Like I know I can use any shape because I got licensed, I got training, I got certifications, all of that.
But this is designed for people to use
But
at
this
home
is like for people to use at home, and anyone. It's like dumb proof, you know. It's just like anybody can do this. Like my daughter can use this. Like it's just that easy to use. So for example, it can go underneath your eyes very seamlessly. You just support the skin and gently glide outward. You have a little bit of a moisturizer, so it's just gliding very seamlessly on your skin. And now for the jaw, you can use this edge here, and you can work from here and work up and do little wiggles. And you can use medium pressure. Feel it out. Feel your body. Like this is very intentional work on your end to really listen to your body. and see how much pressure to add.
And do you teach people how to do that?
Yeah, so I have an online membership. It's called Wild Sacred Beauty, where I teach you how to...
Wild Sacred Beauty.
Yeah, Wild Sacred Beauty. Because it's like how to make these practices really sacred, intentional, but also to remind you of your
That's
like,
what it's
wild
about.
feminine
Because
essence.
most women, like, they get these things and they never end up using them. Yeah, because
them.
it's just like the intention was great behind it, was very convincing, right?
Yeah.
But then how to put it in practice, and that's when you were speaking, I was like, that's what makes her so special. Not only that you're a business owner, you're a single mother, you're an influencer, and you're very good on social media with your content. There's a reason why you're so big on social media. People love the content that you produce, and I know, like you said, the algorithm, all the things that you need to keep up with. But most importantly, like you don't exude anxiety or nervousness or all this. Like a lot of us, when we get into this masculine, we start thinking about algorithm and business ownership, they lose their touch with their feminine, or they think, oh, it's the feminine, it's the blonde, the Barbie, the dumb stuff, So, and meanwhile, you have this mature feminine presence about you that is so inspiring that, like, I don't have children, I mean, yes, I'm a business owner. I'm not good at influencing, but like, I want, like, that's what I see with you is so inspiring, and everyone who's watching, mostly women that are in my audience, definitely support the brand. Check out the Wild Lily Organics. There's a lot of products. There's a body butter. There's different oils. My favorite is Eros.
The Eros?
Yes. What is it called on your website?
Well, it's Eros oil.
Yeah.
It's a body oil, fragrance oil.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
When I put it on, a whole room vibration changes. So it's designed to, what is it, aphrodisiac? Is that what you
It's a
call it?
natural aphrodisiac. It's all essential oils that are natural aphrodisiacs to
I get
activate.
excited just talking about it.
Yeah, it's to give you, to activate your sexuality, your sensuality, right? Your sexual energy. Your sexual energy is creative energy. And the reason why I came out with that oil is because I was helping a dear friend with her partner who was having issues getting an erection. And I'm being a witch that I am and making all these oils all the time. I mean, I made goddess glow oil, yoni oil, breast oil. And I was so I was like, you know what, let me try. I've healed my daughter with asthma with aromatherapy. I know the power of aromatherapy. So I came up with Eros. And as I was making this product for my friend, my energy was amplified.
What's in it?
So it's a secret ingredient.
Secret ingredient?
No, but the main ingredients are patchouli, there's lavender, there's cedarwood, there is frankincense, and which is the other potent, and geranium and rose. I mean, so they're just very, very rich in like activating that sensuality, your energy center of, really creating more homeostasis at the same time, relaxing. So you can use it to relax, or you can use it to energize yourself, however you want. Like, that's why sexual energy is so powerful, because you can use it for so many things. It doesn't mean that you can just use it to have sex. You can use it to create. You can actually I apply the oil before I do my workshops, before I go online and present myself and do a live or do a video, because it gets me centered and it gets me in that creative energy where I'm not thinking about what everybody's thinking. It's like, I'm in my body. I'm back here. I'm here. So all these practices are really somatic, and it's about embodying beauty. And that's where I'm leaning more and sharing more about, like, this is all of this is about to getting you back into your body and really embodying that beauty that you desire and radiate.
Last questions I'm going to ask you from my viewers. What's your advice for women in the wellness space? There's so many, the beauty, the yoga, the fitness, or nutrition. Advice for those who look up to you and I and want to be as successful, as glowing, as mature and established as us. What's your advice for those who are just beginning their personal or
entrepreneur journey? Yeah, and just like wanting to share their message, especially like on social media, and as it continue to grow. I would, and that's what like people kept asking me, like, Lily, what do you do? Can you teach your techniques? Can you teach me how to grow my social? Can you teach me the tricks? Can you teach me how to do gua sha? Can you teach me? And what I kept hearing subtly is that, can you teach me what you're embodying? Right? So what you're looking at is someone who is embodying, right, whatever it is that is inspiring in you.
Yes.
So I say, go back to the body, go back to feeling safe, go back to your authenticity and sharing from that space. But if we're running around like this and we're not quieting down and we're not listening from within here, and we're listening to outside voices, we can't embody, we can't inspire. That's not inspiring.
This is the best advice you could possibly give to anyone.
Regulate yourself, regulate the nervous system, create safety, because that is inspiring. That's magnetic.
Yes.
Authenticity is magnetic. Honesty is magnetic, right? So I would say that just come back to the body, come back to you, listen to yourself, be with yourself, love yourself, like touch yourself, like really be intentional with everything that you do.
Well, on this note, another question: who inspires you?
Oh God, I have so many women who inspire me.
Who's your role model? Who you look up to?
I mean, I always looked up to, since I was a little girl, and I think I told you this story, Baby from the movie Dirty Dancing.
Oh yeah, that's right, the Dirty Dancing. Yes. We didn't talk about dancing today.
Yeah, because it's like people like don't understand. This woman really inspired me so deeply. I was like probably 10 or 9 years old or around there, like 9, I think, because I had just came from Colombia and I was in the United States and I saw this movie. I could barely understand what they were saying, but I loved what she was embodying. Like she was embodying, like she went from being this like nerdy kind of, you know, insecure girl to this like professional dancer and really expressing her femininity, her power, and like being confident. And I was like, I want to be like her. I want to.
It's really inspiring.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to inspire because I felt that way. I was like insecure. I was shy. Like me being on social media and the cameras 7, 8 years ago, it was not possible, right? But I really wanted to become that girl. I wanted to become confident. I wanted to become secure and exude that like beauty, right? And so that's why I created all of this. It's just like, I want to inspire, just the same way that Baby inspired me to become this confident, strong woman in herself, but also be kind and gentle and humble and soft at the same time. Like that is so beautiful. And so
tell me your definition of muse.
My definition.
Who's Muse? We kind of figured who's the goddess is, but who's a muse to you?
Who is Muse? Like a specific person?
No, meaning, what does it mean?
For me, Muse is someone that inspires you to become whatever it is that you see that person, like either become or embody or create. So create and that embodiment that you see. So maybe it inspires you to draw, maybe it's gonna inspire you to cook, maybe it's inspire you to work out, maybe it's gonna inspire you to I don't know, to try something new, be adventurous, start a new business, like whoever is going to inspire you to embody it is what it is that you want to create in the world.
And what's awakening your muse within takes? What does it take to do that?
So to awaken, for me, to awaken that inner muse, it comes back to fine-tuning your body.
Fine-tuning your body.
Yeah.
What is that like?
So for me, that is through different somatic practices and rituals, more feminine, which could be like dance is very somatic. Breath work is very somatic.
Yes.
These practices are very somatic because you're getting into your body, you're touching yourself, you're breathing. You know, it's a lot of sensations that you're using. So it's really coming back to your senses and using all of them. There's your sense of smell, your sense of touch, but we're so kind of like numb to these things, you know, and I went from a journey of being dissociated, disconnected, to then being fully alive and connected and in my body and
mind, body,
breathing and dancing again and connecting to myself again and touching myself again and not feeling guilty about it and feeling pleasure with life. Like that to me is a muse.
This is why I invited you here today. Thank you so much, my muse. Cheers to this healthy journey together.
Cheers.
And with WellWater, thank you so much for sponsoring our podcast today. Is there anything else you'd like to share as we wrap up this segment?
I want to really thank you for being my muse.
Thank you.
You have inspired me to create more intentional, like nutrition and foods for me and my family, for me and my daughter. Like before you, I wasn't as intentional. But after the whole journey with the comprehensive stool test, with everything that you've shared, with, you know, seeing the results, like I really started being more intentional with what I put in and how I make the food now. Like I brought my beauty sacred practices now to my food and I'm so much more intentional. And so thank you for being that muse, really how do I say this? Like nurturing my gut, nourishing myself with food in a different way.
Love
Thank
it.
you.
Well, on this note, my beautiful Lily, thank you so much for coming to cook with me today, the Green Goddess Smoothie.
Thank
I'll
you.
see you in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment below, leave a question for Wild Lily Organic, follow her on Instagram. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this segment, and I'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.